All right, guys, fire away.
It was a long day. I know, obviously, for you with game day and everything. Are you pleased with how everything turned out? What did you think of the game?
Does anybody other than Shay have a question? I thought it was a great day. It's perfect. I thought the game day was a great infomercial for our university and our athletic department. I thought it was great, well attended, and a lot of energy, and the crowd certainly was everything that game day said it would be, and more. And then we played great. For 20 minutes. That's the best we played all year long, and then we just kind of had to piece it together to end it. But great day, and proud of our guys. The only thing that's unfortunate about the whole thing, although obviously Marco got nicked up and DP got cramps, but short turnaround. So there's no time to really rest up because we got to take on a great team on Monday night.
And from a coaching perspective, I think 19 seconds left. Trey throws the lob to Flory. Are you okay with that, or would you rather him back? I'm just wondering if.
Of course, I'm okay with it. Yeah. Why would if teams have their starters in and the game's not over and they're pressing, why wouldn't you try to score? So I don't even think that's. No. Go give me 2 points. Yeah, that's fine.
What was your perspective on that long stretch towards the end where you guys were having trouble scoring and then you were finally able to break out of it? And
we were exhausted. We were exhausted on both ends. That's as tired as I've seen Flory and Melvin and Mari. I mean, we were exhausted. So there was so much energy the first half. It is almost like you run on adrenaline so long, and then the adrenaline ran out, and it switched jerseys. And we were a tired team. We're just trying to get to the finish line, and we had no depth. So I give them credit. They were fresher. But if you look at their stats, they played, 3 guys, 35 plus, and we played 4 guys, 35 plus. But it just felt different. I thought we expended so much energy the first half that we were definitely a different team, energy-wise.
You mentioned Darren's cramps. This is the earliest he's had to come out of a game for good in a while. Why do you think that was tonight?
I have no idea. I'm not a doctor, and but he definitely started cramping. So.
The first half, I mean, what really stood out? It seemed like you guys were moving the ball really quickly there. What stood out to you, though, about that half?
I thought we took care of it. We took good shots. We got paint touches, and the ball moved. And then you have one guy that got us off to a really good start, and the basket got big for everybody. And you go 9 of 12 from 3. Obviously, that's great, but it's not real. But even if we'd gone 6 of 12, we still played our butts off the first half. And Bryson making 3 of them, and Trey, what they combined to go 5 of 5. That's pretty good out of 2 guys that are 6'7" or bigger. And then DP was DP there. You guys hadn't had a chance to see that like we have. Just unfortunate we didn't see it for 40 minutes.
On AJ, and AJ didn't score for the first 7-8 minutes. Just wonder what you thought of.
I thought if you go back and watch the tape, which I will, I'll be surprised if whoever Floyd was guarding, AJ or Richie, which probably out of the 33 minutes, probably 25 of them he's guarding both of them. How many points those 2 scored when he was guarding one-on-one? I thought he was great. You could say DP, you could say BT, you could say a lot of guys, but Flory had as much to do with us winning the day as anybody did.
So when you looked at Bryson's game tonight, what did you like most?
I thought he was aggressive. I think, when you play a big guy the way we're playing him, which we think that's the best way to play for our team, but it may not be the best way to play for him individually sometimes. I think sometimes he can get a little lost and float, which you guys would agree with me on that. Tonight, I didn't see that at all. I thought he's aggressive the whole game.
We've talked about this plenty in the past, too, when you have guys here and scouts are on them, and you had 2 big ones here tonight, both teams. Do other guys elevate their game knowing, hey, this is my time to be seen, too? And do you think Bryson's a guy that does that or can do that?
I don't know if this is a big game, but we're going to have bigger games as we go forward. It's the biggest game to date. So you can't tell me that Flory didn't love the opportunity to guard AJ, or Bryson didn't love the opportunity to go against one of their guys. You can't tell me that there's not an individual pride standpoint that, and just like them guarding DP or whatever. So one thing about having guys on your team that everybody would be watching from a professional standpoint, it allows everybody else the opportunity to be seen. So I don't think, we don't talk about that, but I think that's obvious. I did tell Flory, I said, hey, you got a wealth of opportunity right here before you, as long as you not foul. Because sometimes you get too geeked up and you get undisciplined and you foul, and it hurts your team when you do start him on AJ, but that wasn't the case tonight.
Everyone obviously talked about the AJ Darren matchup. What did you think of AJ out there and kind of the difficulties he poses to you guys on the defensive end?
Well, it's more from the, I'm not saying he doesn't impose problems from a defensive standpoint, but, oh, yeah, from an offensive standpoint, yeah. He can get to a spot, and you're not going to block a shot. You just got to contest it. And he's going to make 1 out of 2 when you do contest it. Limit his good touches and try to shrink the floor where he can't get his shoulders past you, which until late we did a really good job of that.
Coach, that Melvin shot with I think about a minute and a half left. Was that the planned
Yeah,
play
that's
on
what
that
we
possession?
do. Yeah, an off-balance shot that happened to go in. No, but it was the play for him to try to get downhill. But we guys, we had nothing at the end. There was nothing left in the tank. We were just trying to get to the finish line. So we need to have something good happen. That was obviously a great play. And then, this seems minor, but Flory going 2 for 2 and Jamari going 2 for 2. Those were the 3 biggest offensive plays there down the stretch.
And then that Darren dunk over the top of 2 guys. What do you sort of make of that?
It was athletic, and it was off his sprained ankle. So that was good to see. He showed a lot in his bag in the first half.
Bill, this is second game, I think, in the last 4. This and the Iowa State one, where you just, 2 of the better teams in the country, right? And you show, man, what this team can get to. What are kind of some of the emotions you're going through? Is you're feeling man, we're right there from beginning to
You
game.
know what? I do think we're close, but we're not going to. We can be competitive, but for us to have a chance to actually do anything that what I would consider to be special type of deal, we need everybody healthy, and he's not going to go 6 or 7 or whatever he was the first half every game, but the way that people will have to guard him, which allows us to play 4-on-3 behind it and so many different things, gives you a chance to be better offensively than what we've shown consistently, just because of the presence, so to speak. So, it's disappointing that he couldn't go because of cramps, and he didn't cramp the last game, but he did today. I certainly hope we can still figure that out. But it tells me that we may not be consistently where some teams play night in and night out, but on any night we could play with anybody.
And did he say anything at halftime? I saw, 3 minutes in, right after he missed that shot, he signaled, hey.
Yeah.
Was there anything before that at halftime or anything, or was that the first time that?
No. At halftime, I could tell because when he's leaving halftime, I could tell he didn't have the same bounce. He rides a bike at half and does some different things to stay loose, and he didn't say anything, but I could just tell at halftime. I asked, "Are you good?" And he said, "I'm good," but he didn't have the same response, the same pop as what he had before the game.
Coach, what will just be the next couple days? What will those be like getting ready for Texas Tech? And I don't know if we'll see you before then. Just what can you give us on them? Obviously, 2 All-Americans they have.
Yeah, and Toppin and Anderson. I haven't studied them like I will. You know, we got to guard the short roll, and you got to guard Anderson. So we'll try to figure something out that maybe give us a better chance. But they got beat today by, you know, a talented team. You know, it's the same place that we went and left sad, and so I'm sure Grant will have their full attention. Now we got to make sure that we have our guys' full attention on a gas tank that's running pretty low right now. So we need to get our batteries recharged, and tomorrow will be a walkthrough day. It won't be a practice day at all, and then basically play Monday without really trying to expend any energy between now and then.
Considering the short turnaround and El Marco and Darren dealing with things today, how likely is it or unlikely that they'll be able to go on Monday?
Oh, I have no idea. I would think they would be. I mean, Marco's in there getting treatment right now. You know, he got it bumped. You know, he's had that injury and he's done so good coming back. Today's the best he's felt, he said, and he just got a bump when he and AJ tripped there in the first half, and so I'm disappointed for him. But his tests were even better after the game than what they were at halftime. So I think he'll be able to go.
Did any of the former players visit with the current players, or?
Well, you know, a lot of those guys come back more than a few, but you know, Paul addressed the team yesterday, so that was great. You know, they talked to him, but this hasn't been a day where, hey, let's get everybody together and let old guys talk to present guys. Paul got them yesterday after practice for about 5 minutes, and that was it. Anything else?
I could just say it? No. Okay. All right, Coach, 1,000 games at Allen Fieldhouse. Do you feel like the atmosphere here did it justice?
You know, somebody asked me earlier, how does this compare to atmospheres we've had in the past? I would say the first half is as good an atmosphere as I can remember this thing being. I would say the second half, we didn't do much to give them any excitement to carry that over, but it was great. It was fabulous. You know, students turned out, and you know, game day atmosphere was good too. So it was a good day for our athletic department, our basketball program.
When did I get a turnover? Long game. No way. Oh, for your fault. On neck.
Bryson, you went wild tonight at a career high. What was your mood going into the game, and did you feel it earlier? Was there an extra emphasis on you playing a part?
I feel like my teammates just trusting me to be aggressive. I feel like that's going to open up a lot of things on the court for them as well. So, you know, just being aggressive, using my skill and size to my advantage, and, you know, I feel like that is what helped us get the win.
And Melvin, there were some games last year where they let these kind of games slip away. You guys haven't done that yet. Is Coach put an emphasis on that, or what's the reasoning behind you guys being able to close games?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, we come out second half, you know, slow and, you know, not ready to compete, and we just had to maintain and get the crowd going as they got us going, just get, like, stops and stuff like that.
Friday, you guys, 1,000th game in the Fieldhouse tonight. What did you guys think of the environment?
I thought it was phenomenal. I mean, big shout out to the students for camping out, to all the fans that were there supporting. It was a great environment. I feel like every kid dreams of playing in something like that, so definitely special to play in.
Bryson over here. You had a front row view to that dunk from Darren Peterson. I kind of saw you just put your hands, yeah, and see you now. Just when you saw the energy that he had in the first half and what he provided, what did that mean for you guys as a team to get off to that great start?
Yeah, definitely gives a spark. Phenomenal dunk. We all know he has that sneaky athleticism, so great to see that from him. And, you know, I feel like that kind of allowed us to get going and got the crowd into it as well.
And then Really off of that question, just seeing Paul Pierce and a lot of those alums, they come here often, but just what did that mean, especially in this environment, to have those guys motivating you guys to get that one today?
Yeah, it was great. Just knowing what and who you're playing for means a lot. A lot of history at this school, and me and Melvin especially are proud to put Kansas on our chest every day.
Melvin, when they cut it to 4, you had that big shot to kind of end the drought you guys were on. What was your approach on that possession, and how did it feel to have that one go in after such a long, dry spell for the team?
I just had to get a bucket. My teammates was looking for me, and they trust me with the ball at last minute shot clock, and I just had to make it.
Over here, just you guys have played with and without Darren a lot this year, but what's the adjustment mid-game? When he's played so well, you guys have played so well, and kind of have to flip a switch to play without him there.
Yeah, we have a lot of talented guys on this team. We all know that. So I feel like the rest of us just had to be aggressive with and without him on the court. He's a great player, so we play off him with him on the court and play together without him on the court. So I feel we have a lot of tools that are necessary to win.
Bryson, you get the threes to fall tonight, but then you're also aggressive in getting to the rim. Just how much has that been an emphasis lately, and also the physicality too?
Yeah. Again, playing to my size and my skill set is something that's been emphasized by the coaches and my fellow teammates. So I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of that, and I'll continue to do better.
Melvin, with such an emotional win like this, how do you flip the page with such a quick turnaround to another big game on Monday?
This is what we came to Kansas for games like this. Just next game up, we just got to practice tomorrow, have a good practice, and we should be good.
Okay. Melvin, how difficult was it for you guys to defend Saunders in that second half? I saw you switched on to him at one point.
He's nice. He can shoot the ball very well. We try to throw so many different players on him and stuff like that, and we just had to just maintain him. And when I was checking, I tried to not let him go through the screens and stuff like that, but he kept doing it. But 33 points, that's a lot of points. I give him props, though.
You guys, that first half, kind of see what the ceiling maybe is. What do you get at the sense of how good this group can be when you're whole, and maybe how frustrating is it that second half you can't quite stay whole, you don't have to have Darren out there. What's that kind of the emotions of going through that?
We haven't reached our ceiling yet. I think we'll reach our ceiling around February, March, but, we going to keep climbing. And, Darren's a great player, When he's out there, he make the game easy for all of us. And he help us score, when he get out, we just stay around. We can't really score like that. And so when everybody's healthy, Darren or Marco, it's gonna be crazy to see Kansas.
Mel, the drought in the bucket, you said you had to get the drought before that. Was that part of having Darren on the bench, or do you have any idea what led to that drought where you guys just couldn't find a bucket or maybe even pulled out a little bit?
We was just passing the ball, not moving it and stuff like that. That's where the drought came at. We wasn't playing our game. That's really it.
And how about you and your perspective of BT tonight?
I'm going to be honest with you. The reason he played like that, I was in his ear, and I can't say what I said to him, but, I like that BT.
Can you give us a theme of what you said?
I just called him soft, but in a different way.
Pushing Bryson in practice, he's talked about it.
Yeah.
What does that look like during practice when the coaches are pushing him, so to speak?
He got to switch. I think BT is the type of guy that when coaches yell or players yell, he turn it up. When people's not at him, he don't play right. So I like that about him, and he don't let it affect him at all.
From your perspective, Bryson, how do you let that not affect your confidence and help bring out some of that more consistent play?
Yeah. Again, I trust in my game wholeheartedly, and I feel like nobody can bring my confidence down. So it's just a matter of me being turned up, which I'll continue to do starting in practice tomorrow.
either of you guys, how do you feel you all did on DeBonsa, and especially in the first half?
You know, I think we did great. Could have did better. You know, he's a great player. Shout out to him. But, you know, we just try to throw different type of bodies at him and different type of schemes and stuff like that for he won't, like, get easy baskets and stuff like that.
All right, fellas. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.